All right, let's dive into one of the most famous and maybe one of the most misunderstood cards in the whole deck, the Lovers. When this card pops up, our brain pretty much instantly leaps to one thing and one thing only. I mean, that's what we all think, right? We see it and it's like, bam, soulmates, destiny, finding the one. And look, that's absolutely part of its magic. But is that the whole story? Is this card just a big, shiny stamp of approval for a perfect relationship? Or what if it's something way, way deeper? What if this card isn't actually about a finished story, but about a huge, life-altering choice that you have to make? That's what we're going to get into today. Yeah, because when you get right down to it, the Lover's card isn't really about something that just happens to you. It's about a crossroads you've reached. It's a moment that asks you to get crystal clear on who you are and what you really believe in. So to really get a handle on this crossroads, you have to understand the card's core energy. And it's all about duality. It's always presenting you with two potential paths, two totally different ways of being. One is harmony, and the other is disharmony. And you can see those two paths laid out so clearly here. When it's upright, you're looking at harmony. We're talking perfect unions, values that just click, and these big conscious choices you can make. But flip that coin and you get disharmony. That means conflict, trust issues, and a real lack of taking responsibility. This is the central choice the card is putting in front of you. Okay, so let's take this whole idea and apply it to the one area we're all thinking about, love. How does this tension, this choice between harmony and disharmony actually show up in our relationships? Well, when you choose that harmonious path, the upright Lover's card is just, wow. It promises something incredible. Like our source says, it's a connection on every single level you can imagine. This isn't just a crush, It's a true meeting of souls. This is that soulmate level connection, that feeling of finding a true kindred spirit. And hey, if you're already in a partnership, it can mean a huge, beautiful rekindling of that flame. It's about a bond built on real understanding, not just some fleeting attraction. But what about that other path? Well, when it's reversed, the Lover's card is a warning sign. It's pointing to a connection that might be super intense on the surface, physically, but underneath, there's no foundation. Your core values just don't line up. It's that classic case of all passion, no partnership. You're just not on the same page. And this whole principle of alignment, it's not just for romance. It's so crucial in our careers too. Just think about a business partnership. The upright path, that's when you're totally on the same wavelength, working together, building something amazing. But the reverse path, that's a recipe for failure. It's just constant conflict, disagreement, and it can tear down everything you've worked for. Okay, so we've talked about our relationships with others. Now let's turn that lens inward. Because honestly, the most important choice the Lovers presents is often about the relationship we have with ourselves, our health, our spirit, our own inner balance. The upright journey here is really one of self-discovery. It's about doing the work to truly get to know yourself, to figure out what you stand for, your personal code. And when you do that, that's how you find real, lasting harmony within yourself. It's about aligning with who you authentically are. And this even extends to our physical health. When you see the Lovers upright in a health reading, it's often pointing to the power of finding the right partners for your healing, a great doctor, a supportive friend, and you making conscious, informed choices for your own body. But that reversed route, that can lead down a path our source calls spiritual materialism. And what's that? It's basically choosing to find fulfillment in stuff, in chasing external things like a shopping spree or social media validation, instead of doing the real inner work. It's a temporary high that, let's be honest, never actually fills that void. So when you pull all of these pieces together, love, career, your own well-being, you start to see a pattern. The card always brings us back to the same fundamental truth. The final choice? Well, it's always yours to make. In the end, the Lover's card is like a mirror. It just shows you what's there. Two very different paths branching out from where you stand right now. One is a path of harmony and alignment, and the other, well, that's a path of conflict and disconnection. So here it is, the most crucial point of all. This card is not telling your fortune. It is reminding you of your own power. You are the one in the driver's seat of your own life. You are the master of your destiny.
So if you find yourself on a path of disharmony, you have the power to learn from it, to be accountable, and to choose a different way forward.
And that leaves us with the ultimate question that The Lovers poses to every single one of us, not just in a reading, but every day and every moment. Faced with the constant crossroads of life, which path are you choosing?